Namaste. Good morning, and welcome to our yoga session for today, which is sponsored by the Consulate General of India in Chicago and the Art of Living Foundation. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, we're building up for the International Yoga Day celebration, which we're going to celebrate on June 19th and 20th. And we're really excited about that. And there'll be more details on the website. And I'll tell you also. We'll be celebrating both in person, hopefully, and also virtually. So you can't miss it. From the comfort of your home, you can celebrate. So I wanted to start today by chanting Om 3 times together and then another prayer. And then I want to talk about immunity a little bit. Let's chant Om 3 times. Deep breath in. Om. And just feel how your mind settled down a little more, your body's more relaxed, and the environment settles down more. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Punaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the teacher and students be excellent. May we enjoy together the fruits of our efforts. May we both be strong in body and mind. Let there be no hatred between us. Om, peace, peace, and peace. So I wanted to talk a little bit about immunity. We have, everyone knows about the white blood cells in our body that are the agents, the little cells that search and destroy the any invaders that come into our body, any bacteria, viruses, whatever. And everyone knows about our circulatory system that we have for the blood. And that circulatory system for our blood is different from the system that the white blood cells flow through. Now, the blood has a pump, which is the heart, but the white blood cells they flow through our body through through a different system, and that doesn't have a pump. It moves because we move. And so yoga, there's a whole new science called exercise immunology. And yoga is an ancient form of that, right? The ancient sages knew about all the different systems in our body, and so had developed yoga to help the body be strong throughout all our ages, through youth and middle age, and also into older age. It's not necessary that we become crippled as we age. So yoga strengthens our bones, strengthens our joints, strengthens our immune system. And our nerves, every system is strengthened by yoga. So where is this system? It starts with the thymus, which is right here between the lungs. And then the nodules or the lymph nodes are in this part and then down into our thighs. So what we'll be doing today is some exercises to both contract our body and compress our organs to squeeze out some of the fluids and then allow new fresh fluids to come in, and also open up our chest so that we can bring in new fluids and also just more air, right? So, and I also wanted to mention that in addition to the antibodies that are produced in our lymph system, kindness also can be a wonderful way to help each other and create other antibodies. So let's start just by sitting cross-legged, and let's move to the right and to the left. Move to the right and to the left. Our hips are on the floor. And now let's put our right forearm on the ground and let's stretch our arm out, keeping both hips on the floor still, just stretching. And now let's go to the left. And now let's move like a pendulum. You can lift your hip up. Gently stretching. And let's come back to center. Take a deep breath in. And let's come forward, stretching. Reaching as far as you can without straining. Reach for something that's just a little out of your reach. And slowly walk yourself back up. And now let's do some rotations here. Exhale forward. And let's inhale to the right. Being aware of every point in the circle and every breath. You can use normal breath or Ujjayi breath. And now completing this circle, let's rotate to the left. And we'll do 2 in this direction also. The body and the breath bring us to the present moment and slowly coming up. Usually our mind is swinging between the past and the future, but the breath and our attention on the body bring us to the present moment. And let's come onto our knees. We'll sit in Vajrasana, which is a lightning bolt pose or the diamond pose. And let's come forward into Shishwasana, the child's pose, stretching your arms again, bringing your forehead towards the floor. Reaching again for something just a little out of your reach, but don't strain. And bring your hands by your knees and come up. And let's come to our feet, slowly rounding up, vertebra by vertebra. Rolling out your shoulders. And let's roll the shoulders the other way. Gently waking up our body. And relax the shoulders down. Feet are hip distance apart. Let's do hip rotations. And reverse. And bring your feet together, bend your knees, hands on your thighs, and let's do some knee rotations. And reverse. And coming back up, let's start to bring our knee to our elbow. And let's jog and shake our body. Shake your body any way it wants to. Before we do our sun salutation, we need to really wake up those muscles. Then we don't pull a muscle or strain it. And let's do wrist rotations. And reverse. And hands up and down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. And hands to the side. And let's put them all the way to the side and wave. We're just waving our arms, waving our hands. Good. And now let's make some circles with our arms. If you can't jog, you can march or walk in place. And reverse. Great. Shake your hands out. Awesome. And fix your mat. There. Okay, so let's do one other pose. Tadasana, the mountain pose. One way is just standing with your feet about few inches apart, maybe 5 inches apart, 6 inches apart, standing very tall, shoulders back, chin back, very tall. Your knees are not locked. Standing tall. And now let's interlock our fingers in front of us and lift our hands way up to the ceiling. And if you can, come on your toes. Keep breathing here. And exhale down. And let's do our sun salutation. If you're wearing some socks or slippers, you might want to remove them so you have better traction. Okay, so let's get to the front of our mat. Hands in Namaste position. Deep breath in. Lift your hands up. And with your arms, your biceps by your ears, come back a little bit. Without straining, take a breath in here. And exhale forward, leading with your chin, pushing your hips back. Arms are forward, slowly come down. Hands to the mat. If you can't reach the mat, you can bend your knees. Right foot back. Make a good distance between your right knee and your left heel. Looking up. Make sure your left heel is right under your knee. That protects the patella or your kneecap. And now bring your left knee, that left foot back. Come into a plank pose. Keep your abdomen tight. Knees to the mat. And chin and chest come down. This is 8-point pose. Your seat is in the air. And now legs come down, hips come down, hands right under your shoulders. Shoulders down, shoulder blades together. Inhale into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Keep breathing here. And now curl your toes under and lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Head is between the hands, the arms, pushing back towards your thighs with your heels on the floor or towards the floor. Bring your right foot forward between your hands, looking up. Make sure that your heel is right under your knee. Looking up, hips are down. And curling your toes under your left foot. Bring your left foot forward. Take a deep breath in here. And let's reach forward, pushing your hips out. Coming up, leading with your chin. Inhaling up all the way. And exhaling down. Namaste. Inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with your chin. Hips are back. And now left foot comes back. Make sure there's a good distance between your heel and your other knee. And that your heel is right below, your right heel is right below your right knee. Looking up. Now plank. And 8-point pose. And Cobra, Bhujangasana. Curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. And because we had our left foot going back, we'll bring the left foot forward now. Looking up. Both feet together. This time we're going to round up vertebra by vertebra. Inhaling, bring your hands up, slightly back. Exhaling, hands down. Keeping your eyes closed, just notice what's the effect of this on your mind and your body. Feel your heart beating. You know that your blood is flowing very well. And now you know that your lymph nodes are also flowing, having the white blood cells are flowing nicely in your body. And slowly open the eyes. We'll do the Utkatasana. That's the chair pose. So let's sit down. Feet are about hip distance apart. Let's have our arms at shoulder level, and let's bend our knees and push the hips back. Tighten your abs. And let's push the hips back, come down, lengthen your spine. And now come up a little bit. And down. Pushing your hips back, lengthening the spine. Down more. Down more. Come up a little. And all the way down. Great. So now, let's have our right leg extended. And our left foot is in our right inner thigh. And we'll do the Shishwasana. Inhaling, arms up. Face your right leg. Leading with your chin and a flat back. Come over that leg. Flexing your foot. It doesn't matter how far you reach. Don't strain. That's the most important thing. Keep your hips on the floor. When we're in a posture, we can relax. And when we relax, then we may be able to reach a little bit farther without straining. Over time, your flexibility will increase. And inhaling, come up, very tall, and exhale down. And let's switch our legs. Deep breath in. And face that leg. Exhale with a flat back, leading with your chin. Your abs are tight. Once in the posture, relax. And then see if you can reach a little bit farther without straining. Keep breathing. And inhaling, come up. And exhaling, come down. Great. So now let's do the Purvo Tanasana. And let's have our legs straight, sitting tall. And we'll inhale. And again, we'll exhale, leading with our chin, with a flat back. Reaching for something a little out of our reach. Your abs are tight. You know, when your abs are tight, you're protecting your lower back. reaching for something a little outside your reach without straining. And relax your hands here. Relax your head and shoulders. And now put your hands on your legs and slowly walk yourself back up. Great. So now we'll do the Purvo Tanasana. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift up our hips. So your hands are either fingers pointing away from you or towards you, whichever you like. I like to do it like this. And then what we'll do is we'll see if we can put the soles of our feet on the floor. So you can point your toes. We'll take a deep breath in and lift up your hips as high as you can, inhaling. See if you can get the soles of your feet on the floor. Let your head come back. Breathing here and smiling. And let's sit back down. And let's do some wrist rotations. And we can do ankle rotations too. Hands flexed up and down. There. Shake them out. Good. And let's shake out our legs too. And let's shake them out first. Good. And now let's bring the soles of our feet together. And you can hold on to your ankles or your toes. This is Baddha Konasana or the cobbler's pose or butterfly. And let's flap our butterfly wings, sitting very tall. So this is a great posture for pumping the lymphatic fluids of the white blood cells in our body. And relax and close your eyes and just feel the stillness that this posture creates in your mind. And let's release. And let's do the Ardha Matsyendrasana. That is a seated twist. So we're going to start with our legs straight. Now we're going to take our left leg, left foot, and we're going to put it by our right hip. And then we'll take our right foot and put it on the outside of that knee. And we'll take our left arm and bring our elbow around your right knee that's up, and your right hand goes behind your spine. So this is one way, sitting very tall. And another way is taking that right arm outside the knee and grab onto your right ankle and twist. Then what we're doing is we're squeezing our abdominal organs. And our stomach, our liver, all the organs. And now release. And now fresh fluid comes into all those organs. Let's do the other side. So the right foot comes by the left hip, And the left foot comes outside the right knee. Take your right arm and wrap it around your knee. And your left hand comes behind your spine. And twist around, looking over your left shoulder. And if you can, take that right arm outside the knee and grab onto your ankle, your left ankle. Sitting very tall, don't strain. And now release. And we'll come back to Vajrasana. Vajrasana is the diamond pose or lightning bolt pose. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to do two postures. First, we're going to take our knees and put them on either side off of the mat. So spread your knees wide, and you're sitting on your heels, of course, and your toes are touching. Your big toes are touching. And now we'll come forward. And with child's pose, we put our forehead on the floor. And now this posture is called Shashankasana. And it's the hare pose, like a rabbit. And so we're going to bring our chin to the mat. And if this is hard for you to do, what you can do is you can lift your feet, your hips off the floor, come forward to the mat, and then as your chin meets the mat, you can slide yourself back and sit on your heels. But don't strain. If you can't quite sit there, that's okay. You can be off your heels a little bit, and soon your thigh muscles will be loose enough that you'll be able to sit step by step. Now let's reach for something slightly outside of our reach without straining. Abdominal muscles are tight. And let's slowly walk ourselves up. We're going to keep our legs here. And now we're going to stretch up. Arms straight up in the air. And then we'll put our right hand on our left shoulder and our left hand on our right shoulder. And this is called upward frog. Breathing here. And now inhale and release your arms down. And now let's come onto our backs. And we'll do a couple of postures here. So now let's bend our knees. You know, the spine can move in 6 different ways. It can go forward and back, and we've done that. And it can go from side to side and twist. So we'll do another twist. And this is the Natarajasana. And we'll let our knees, we have our knees bent, heels are close to the hips, and we're going to let our knees fall to the left. And your arms are like a T. And if you need a greater stretch, you can bring your right heel closer to your hip, and you can take your left heel and put it on your right knee. but don't strain. Keep breathing here. It's good to take about 5 breaths, comfortable breaths in each posture. Just allowing your muscles to relax. You might remember that Maharishi Patanjali says, Sthiram Sukham Asanam. A posture should be steady and comfortable. And let's bring our knees. Let's gently come out of the posture and bring your knees back up to center and reverse. And again, if you want a deeper stretch, bring your heel closer to your hip and your right heel on your left knee. Breathing here with a gentle smile on the face, keeping the posture steady and relaxing. And let's come out of the pose and we'll do our Setu Bandhasana. That's the bridge pose. So we're going to bring our feet hip distance apart, heels close to the hips. Our hands can either be on the ankles or on the floor next to the feet or hips. We'll take a deep breath in and out. And notice the natural curvature of your spine, your lower back, and keep that curvature there. And at the same time, tighten your abdominal muscles. And keeping those abs tight, let's lift up our hips, inhaling. Doesn't matter how far you can lift them. You can also bring your hands above the head. See if you can lift a little higher. And another way to do this posture is clasping your hands underneath your hips and pushing up on your shoulders. Don't strain. Keep breathing and smiling. And let's release the hands and slowly bring your hips back down to the mat. Just going to check the time. And let's let our legs come back, lying flat on the mat. Feet are pointing outwards. Hands face up alongside your legs. Legs are about 1.5 feet or so apart, 2 feet apart. This is Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose. And let's take a deep breath in and we'll hum 5 times and rest. And notice how the humming relaxes the mind, relaxes the brain. It has a very soothing effect on the body. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And take your attention to your right foot, right knee, right thigh, and tip, the whole of the right leg. Deep breath in and relax and let go. Take your attention to your left foot, left knee, thigh, and tip, the whole of the left leg. Breathe in and let it go. Take your attention to your abdomen, stomach, and chest. Deep breath in and relax and let go. Take your attention to your shoulders, your arms, your throat and neck, face, head, to the whole body. Deep breath in and let it go. Another deep breath in and relax and let go. And slowly and gradually, in your own time, you can roll to your right side and come back up to a seated position. And just before you open your eyes, just notice how your body's feeling now, how your mind is feeling. And now slowly open the eyes. Yoga is so wonderful for bringing great clarity of mind. And when we have clarity of mind, we can make great decisions, right? So thank you so much for joining today for this session on yoga, and sponsored by the Consulate General of India and the Art of Living Foundation. And check on the website, the Consulate's website, for more information about International Yoga Day. There'll be more details soon. And also, if you're interested in learning more about the breath, please go to the Art of Living website. We have some wonderful programs that do increase immunity and decrease anxiety and depression. And tune in tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Thursday at 7:30 also for some, I'll be teaching some pranayams for anxiety and also doing a guided meditation. So I hope you can join us on Thursday and every Tuesday and Thursday until June 19th, when we'll have our International Yoga Day celebration. So thanks so much again for joining. Namaste. and be well and safe. Yeah. And reach out to your friends and just let them know that you care. That also increases our immunity. Yeah, knowing that people care about us and caring about others. It's a natural human thing, right? Yeah. Namaste.